Hello, my YouTube friends. It's Richard, founder of Short-Term Rental University and Airbnb Superhost, and it's Monday. You know what that means? We're going to talk about what's going on in my life and whatever else I want to talk about. And I want to share with you something that I had a conversation about with a good friend of mine, Ram. Shout out to Ram. We had a conversation at lunch yesterday about my future move, upcoming move to Jackson Hole, and the dream and the execution. And I thought, you know what? That was a really interesting conversation. I want to share it with the YouTube audience. So let's get started. So by way of introduction, I'm in the process of moving to Jackson Hole. I dreamt about it for about a year, figuring out what the next stage in my life was going to be. If you're unfamiliar, there's been some changes in my life. It allows me to do whatever it is that I want to do, wherever it is that I want to do. I'm no longer beholden to Manhattan, and so I really started to think broadly and deeply about what that might look like. And so this is the dream phase. I started to dream about where I would live and what it would look like and what I would do and what kind of things I was optimizing. For me, it was really important to have a very high quality of life. I want fresh air, I want outdoor activities, I want to be really fit, I want to be active, I want to try new sports and adventure and so on. And so the quality of life component was really important to me, and I started to build a life around that. There's also a very strong element of estate planning and maximizing my income and minimizing my taxes and all sorts of things. And so I have a bunch of different dreams going on, and I start to put them all together, and then the dream becomes clearer. And I think very few people actually do that. I think very few people start broadly enough. Maybe you're anchored by your community. Well, I'm going to be in the Northeast, or maybe even more anchored, I'm going to be in New York State, or well, I have to be in the island of Manhattan. And so I would encourage people to dream broadly. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I don't think people dream frequently enough. How often do you reassess and think about, well, my dream for last quarter or for last year, is that still my dream? Am I still going for the right thing? And so for me, the whole dreaming process is really, really important. It's worth as much time and energy because this is our dream. This is what we're shooting for. So I think I did that really well. I came up with this unbelievable vision, dream, and I think that's where most people, if you do dream, and I think not enough do, stop. The second part is actually the harder part, and that's the execution. So once you know what the dream looks like, now it's time to make the chips fall into place. Line it all up. Do all the hard work. Do all the research. Figure out where you're going to live, what it's going to look like, how you're going to move, what happens over here, how work happens. Charles is going to be flying to Jackson Hole, maybe monthly. I'm going to be flying to wherever to meet in the middle. Whatever it looks like, how does it all come together? And then make it happen. Actually make it happen. And so that was the conversation I was having with Ram. He said, hey, you're leaving on Friday. What's going on? What does it look like? I explained the whole dream to him. And he said, well, how does that all line up? And I explained the execution. And then, and I'm really excited about this, he's going to come out and visit me in March. And I said, Ram, you're going to check this out. You're going to see my dream, and you're going to see how I executed. Let me know how I did. So, just a little storytelling about things that are going on in my life. I hope you found it interesting. I'd love to hear what you're dreaming about and what you're executing on. There's no right or wrong. It's very personal, whatever works for you. But the point is, put in the time and the energy to dream, and then make sure that you actually follow up and execute on it, because a dream alone is just a dream. Dream plus execution, new reality, new opportunity. This guy is super pumped. So I'd love to hear your comments. I really appreciate your time, your interest, your energy, your attention, and I would encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you get notified when we upload. Thank you so very much. Happy hosting.